Hey, well, it's about that time again. Yes, we are going strong on season 4 of Ready, Set, Real Estate. Now available on demand on radio podcasts everywhere, including your favorites: Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Castbox, Breaker, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, on and on and on. Yes, we are on a total of episode 103. So Ready Set Real Estate as a show in totality has broadcast and produced over 100 episodes on real estate content. If you're new to the show, welcome. Say hi, say hello if you're catching us on the live. And make sure you drop a comment, say hi, say hello, and share. Let someone know that you are learning real estate every week on Wednesdays, and you get to binge off of it and get caught up. That's one of the beautiful things about radio podcasts and things being available on demand, albeit a Facebook Live or a show. It allows us to enjoy and appreciate the content when it is convenient for self. This show is a proud supporter of Real Estate 100 Youth Foundation, this country's first nonprofit organization that is real estate focused for youth and young adults, where they teach, seek, and empower ages 11 and up with real estate literacy. Real estate literacy, that is terms, concepts, and careers as an alternate pathway to success. You can learn more, support, sign up for a course. You and your child can learn real estate together in basics. Visit realestate100youth.org. That is realestate100youth.org. Collecting donations all year round to make programs possible. Make sure you support. If you haven't supported a charity yet, we would definitely like to be your first. All right. With that being said, let's roll right into the show. Woohoo! All right. Y'all gonna learn today. I'm feeling pumped. Definitely was out prospecting today. My name's Lisa Puerto. If you're new to me, say hi, say hello, and welcome. I'm your show host, creator, and founder, also known as Super Agent. Yes, Super Agent. For those of you who are catching me on the video broadcast, there you see my cartoon, my avatar. That is my avatar. That is the official Super Agent cartoon. I'm really excited about that, actually. I was learning something new about animation. And of course, we will be announcing the release of Super Agent, the cartoon. I know you see me looking down because I'm messing with the sound, actually. I want to pause that. That track is inspired to be great Shout out to Henry West Coast Brown. That's Rasta Hop. I'm feeling that track. Always looking for opportunity to support local artists, people in your circle that are definitely talented. And when you create a platform such as this, albeit a radio, podcast, a vlog, any opportunity where people are listening and hearing you, it allows you to help other people get connected and get their message out there. And that's all it is. It's a platform, it's a conduit. I want to also remind you, every show, I usually am wearing the Ready Set Real Estate official apparel. You can definitely shop and get your custom apparel. You see him rocking a hat, okay? Don't be bashful now. Don't be bashful. Go ahead and pick up a custom hat. I am wearing the Ready Set Real Estate dress collection. This is all white with the emerald green glitter. I've got it in all my favorite colors. Ladies, go ahead and check it out. If you're a real estate enthusiast, if you're a real estate professional, or you just simply just want to support and let people know that you are repping and rocking with the real estate brand that supports real estate literacy, because a portion of the proceeds from all the sales get donated to Real Estate 100 Youth Foundation. And albeit you are signing up for a course, a webinar, you're purchasing books, merchandise, apparel, whatever it is, it's our way of innovating, creating things to give you a value. In exchange for that, we get to continue to support Real Estate 100 Youth Foundation together. Okay, I definitely wanted to say that. What else is happening? There is a lot happening. There is a lot happening with real estate. And as I continue season 4, we are really breaking things down this season, taking it a little bit slower. I'm doing a little cha-cha with you. I know when we first started the show, I mean, I was out there doing a salsa, I was doing a swing, I was doing all kind of stuff. And I realized that that was a lot of information that was happening very quickly. It was very quick. And so I really want to go back to my model in doing business, which is bite size, giving it to you in a bite size. So as we continue season 4, and I mean, I checked out the topics for season 4. I mean, let me just kind of bless your ears real quick. If you've just tuned in and you have not gone back to the archives, you want to definitely tune in. There has been a lot of information on the how-tos, on the application. I drop real estate gems every segment. So season 4, episode 1, listen to this. Season 4, episode 1 was Myth of the 30-Year Fixed Payment. Woo! Got a lot of views on that. Got a lot of, I challenged the industry on the language that they've been using. And so season 4, episode 1, that is Myth of the 30-Year Fixed Payment. Yo, that was phenomenal. I had fun doing that. And you know me, I like to put a spin and really uncover what people understand in this industry. Because it's not what you're seeing on TV. It's not what you're thinking. It's not what your cousin told you. It's not what your auntie did. No, none of that. At season 4, episode 2. Now I'm going to go through the topics to bring you up to speed. So episode 2, why a bank pre-qual, that's a bank pre-qualification, holds no weight. Very, very important if you are just starting this home ownership journey. And you should understand the difference between pre-qualification, pre-approval, and a to be determined approval. Okay, I won't go into that now. Check that episode out. Episode 3, how to use mattress money for down payment and closing costs. Yo, I keep using this in my everyday example because a lot of you are not banking. A lot of you are not banking. I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking for whatever you want to do with your money. However, there are some things you need to understand when you ask for a mortgage or a home loan, or you want to borrow money. There's this little thing called paper trail and seasoning. Check out episode 3, season 4, how to use mattress money for down payment and closing costs. Now, episode 4, we went into property inspections and what types of inspections are required. So this is now you've got your offer accepted, walking you through the experience of now popping the hood up, right? Opening the doors, seeing if the windows actually open and close. Most people don't even test that out. You find out your windows painted shut. It really happens, and you guys are taking for granted that you go, oh my gosh, the paint is so wonderful. Stop looking at paint. Stop being impressed with paint, please. All right. I continue. Season 4, episode 5, the top 3 real estate deal killers. Woo, that was so good. Oh, that was so good. You don't want to miss that one. Episode 6, 44% of homeowners regret purchasing. Why is that? Check that out. Episode 7, monetizing gentrification, building Black ownership. Shout out to Thomas TJ Lofton, who's actually at the convention in Atlanta this weekend. I was actually one of the guest speakers last year. Didn't make it out this year. I personally canceled all travel plans because I want to focus more on building in my own backyard. So that has been a personal choice to not go out and do any of the speaking engagements outside of the state this year. I've been focusing on connecting and building and sharing locally. And so shout out to Compton. I will be speaking Friday in Compton to a group of youth. We are planning a wonderful collaboration, and I'm stoked about that because there's a lot of energy, a lot of great things that have come out of Compton. And to continue to be a part of that, I am grateful. As I continue, season 4, episode 8, section 8 with TJ Sykes. We had a young brother, young artist, a young poet who shared his journey in a literal compilation called Section 8. That was the epitome of my show. That segment was the epitome of my show. There's some things that I shared that I had not shared on past episodes, and that really came out with TJ, and we connected. So that was lots of fun, and it was really an honor to elevate someone else in their journey of artistry and in their journey, just period, in their journey. Season 4, episode 9, I talk about loan flipping. You've heard of house flipping. Have you heard of loan flipping? Probably not. If you've never heard of loan flipping, now's the time to check it out. Now's the time to check it out. Now's the time to check it out because it has to do with interest rates. All right. Season 4, episode 10, white flight and the ban on single family zoning. Do you see what's happening? I mean, these are next level discussions, next level information that you are getting here for free 99. Now, for those of you who are joining as loyal supporters, you are getting access to exclusive content that you will be getting directly sent to your inbox. Thank you for supporting. You get access to the monthly trainings. They're normally $15 per, but guess what? For $5 a month, that becomes part of your loyal supporter benefit. So discount on merch, you get access to the monthly trainings. You will be getting access to the entire archive of the show. We will be removing, effective 2020, the show content is now going to be premium. The show content is now going to be premium and by paid subscribers only. So get in where you fit in. Again, I shared this earlier. We're growing. We're doing amazing things. A lot of you have been really impressed with the amount of content and information that's being shared, and really have asked me, why have I not been charging for this level of information? And so I've taken your advice. And so we'll do it for 99 cents, per. It's not going to be anything crazy. Again, thank you for those of you who have been listening and supporting, watching and supporting, and sharing and letting people know. Shout out to our listening audience in Germany and France. I'm seeing what's happening over there. So really appreciate you all. Shout out to my family and friends again for supporting my wild ideas. Without you, there is no me. I just gotta, as I'm going through the list and getting caught up, and then we're gonna jump into today's episode. I just want to bring you up to speed on the level of discussions and information that has been transferred on this platform. Season 4 last week, season 4, episode 11 last week was market shift versus mindset shift as it relates to this discussion of a recession, an impending recession. That was really, I drove it home on that one. So today I want to bring us back up to speed, back into the momentum, because one of the things that I say, even on my consults, offline, online, one of the things I say about investing is real estate, do it when it makes financial sense for you, regardless of what the market is doing. Do it when it makes financial sense for you. I have said that since the beginning of my career, and I have said it beginning, during, and I will say it after. Your situation is not the same as someone else. Let me say that again, and for the people in the back, your situation is not the same as everyone else. Everyone has a situation. Everyone has a situation. So with that being said, as you start to explore investing in real estate, as you start to explore home ownership versus renting, as you start to explore ownership altogether, the money involved, I really want to get to basics, continue back to basics with season 4. So today's topic is season 4, episode 12, deposits versus down payments. Deposits versus down payments. For those of you who are chiming in, thank you for hanging out with me on this late evening. Really appreciate that. And also allow me to recap on the show. I did that because I'm going to conclude season 4 today. Episode 12 will conclude season 4, and we are going to jump into season 5 and keep it pushing. This is what we're doing. So deposits versus down payments. Now, what you all, and I really realized I needed to explain this because I have young clients, my younger clientele, even my older clientele, people who've never purchased real estate. Let me not do any of the age thing. It doesn't matter how old you are, whether you're young or new or older. If you've never invested in real estate, then you will not understand deposits versus down payments. Okay. And so I'm going to do this in two ways as I cover deposits. And first, I want for you to think about, as you are considering housing, that your deposit on your, let's say if you're renting and you're looking to relocate and find a new place to rent, your deposit typically is half of the rent plus first and last. Depending where you are, that's a couple thousands of dollars, okay? And what I normally do, and I get these calls all the time. I get these calls as a professional all the time from prospective clients, prospective renters, and unbeknownst to them, upon calling me, my aim might be to convert you to a homeowner. And I have done that to a few clients, and they have not regretted that. They were not upset with me. Why? Because they just didn't know. And so I want to take the real life experiences of my day-to-day business and share that conversation with you. So if you or someone you know is thinking about relocating, renting, and especially as you're dealing with the shifts of areas being gentrified, I'm not going to say gentrification, gentrified, it's over, it's done with. Like I said, go back and check out season 4, episode 7. We talked about monetizing gentrification. And so that was a great episode to catch up on. So I want to put it into perspective as you are thinking about the amount of money it's going to take to relocate, right? Half, first, last. Some places do, and I've been seeing this. Some people have definitely been doing twice the base rent, and it's for liability reasons. I mean, if they're going to open up their property to you, they definitely want that contingency, that security deposit. If you ruin stuff or you leave with breaking the lease, and all kinds of things happen. I get it. Situations. This is what I'm saying. Situations. And so do the math. One of the things that I implore is, even if you think you're not ready for investing in real estate, investing in home ownership, even if you feel and believe and think you're not ready, I would recommend that you call a qualified real estate professional and have them run the numbers for you. Some places are going to check your credit when you're renting anyway. And so if before moving the amount of money that you've saved to put towards your deposit on a new rental property that you're going to rent for X amount of months, or whether you do month to month or a lease, have a qualified real estate professional run the numbers for you to see if it makes financial sense. Again, regardless of what the market is doing, you want to explore, does it make financial sense for you and your situation at that time? The reason I say that is because in experience, I have seen clients say to me, had I known that I could have done this 10 years ago, I would have done it 10 years ago. I get it. Sometimes we take for granted as industry professionals that we think all the buyer seminars and the workshops and the Googles and the resources and all the information, we think you are taking that in. But I get it. Partially, it's our fault because we have been known, and I get it. I shouldn't say we, because I'm not this aggressor, and my clients and people can attest to that. I don't work like that. I'm strictly educational. I'll give you the resource. I don't need to hound you and pressure you to do business with me, especially if one, you can't, and if you're not ready. And I've said this before, I don't work with everyone. Not everyone's a good fit. I always like to do a consultation first to see if it's a good fit first, okay? If you and I are not a good fit, I recommend you to someone else that I feel is qualified and would be a better fit for you. No hard feelings. We just keep it pushing. You're still invited to Jazzism First Fridays. You can still come out. It's from a business standpoint, it may or may not work. So I say that because with all the information given, I get it. And I've seen it in my colleagues, which is why I implore to them to maybe reconsider how they do their seminars and their workshops, this non-committal, and allow you to learn, because you didn't go to real estate school. You didn't sit down and take the state exam as a prosumer, right? We're the real estate professionals. We have more of the knowledge typically, or we're expected to have more of the knowledge to share with you and educate you and help empower you to make informed and intelligent decisions. So that's what I want to say as far as deposits, okay? Utilizing the deposit. And so my clients who once upon a time were thinking they were going to use their deposit because they were given a 60-day notice, they instead use that deposit and that move money, that relocation money, and invested it towards their down payment of a property. Now, here's where the confusion, I see there's a confusion happening when now it is time to purchase a property, because you do write what we call an earnest money deposit, that is EMD, or a good faith deposit. So the EMD, earnest money deposit, or the good faith deposit, is a portion of the total down payment that you would be using towards your purchase. I'll give you an example. So in California, the down payment on, I'm going to I'm going to say, it's 2019. So let me just go ahead and say 400,000. Years ago, and for book, my book examples and easy numbers, I would have used a lower number, but I'm not going to do that. So $400,000. If I do, let's say using the FHA insured program, FHA insured loan, you can purchase real estate with 3.5% down. Okay. And I want to revisit this in context that condos, or FHA, is now loosening their regulations regarding condos. And I'll put a pin in that and I'll come back to it. This is why this is important in this example, because the FHA, the government, the industry overall is expecting to open up an opportunity for more would-be first-time home buyers by allowing them to use the FHA insured loan to purchase condos that typically in the past would not have qualified for FHA insured loans. So $400,000 is the purchase price. Your down payment of 3.5 is $14,000. LA County, people, not California. So I'm using LA County as an example. $400,000 purchase price, right? So 3.5% down. Here's the great thing. There are programs that will actually help with down payment and your closing costs. So if you come to the table with $5,000 or $6,000, not even the whole amount, there are programs that will assist you with the remaining balance, especially in states where the real estate is high. They know that. They know it is expensive. So there are other programs that they utilize to supplement and fill in the down payment and the closing costs. So let me continue in this example. Let's say $14,000 is what you're expected to bring as your down payment. The deposit that gets submitted with your offer is usually a minimum amount to open escrow. It's not set in stone. Let me be clear. There is no set deposit amount. There is no set deposit amount. So when someone is recommending or suggesting and saying, oh, you have to open escrow with $5,000 or X thousands of dollars, if you find a seller that's willing to accept nothing or $100, like I said, I see wholesalers do it all the time. They tie up contracts with very, very small deposits. In California, not so much. I mean, some people are able to get away with it. Again, case by case scenario. But again, if your down payment is $14,000 and you open escrow with a deposit of $4,000, I'm just easy math. This is what I'm doing, easy math. That means that it's not $4,000 is your deposit plus $14,000 is your down payment. That's not how that works. That math does not work like that. It's $4,000 is your deposit. The remaining balance totaling $14,000 is what you would bring to the closing table, which would be, in our example, $10,000. So your total down payment was $14,000. You submitted an offer saying, if accepted, I'm going to open escrow with $4,000. That means the remaining balance of your down payment is $10,000. I wanted to take this time to extrapolate that, to break that out. I had to break that out because I find myself explaining it a lot with new home buyers, and which means if they don't know offline, that means someone who's tuning in and listening does not know online. And so I wanted to share that with you that as it relates to deposits and down payments, it's different when you're renting. Run the numbers to see if maybe the amount you have saved up to put a deposit on another rental property that you're going to rent and live in, maybe have a lender, loan officer, mortgage banker, or a real estate professional run the numbers for you to see if it's feasible, for your situation, because maybe a part of that money could be used towards your down payment. And this is why I wanted to clarify in this segment, in this episode, deposits versus down payments. Deposits when you're renting, that's a portion of what you saved up. That's, half the rent, first, last, and twice the base, and all that other fancy stuff. When you're investing in real estate, your deposit is part of the down payment. And it's in the form of an earnest money deposit, EMD, and good faith deposit, which again, in our example, if your down payment was $14,000 for a purchase price of a $400,000 home, let's say within LA County, and you're utilizing an FHA insured loan where you're putting 3.5% down, your down payment total is $14,000. You would submit an offer with a real estate professional for that purchase price, indicating your deposit would be $4,000. Now you can come up with that number together with your real estate professional to see what strategy, what's best, understand the legalities of your deposit, because this is you putting your money where your mouth is. And while it does take two to enter a contract, it takes one to cancel a contract, but it requires both parties to release the deposit. I'll say that again. While it takes two parties to enter into a contract, it takes one party to cancel that contract, but it takes both parties to release the deposit. In this example, we talked about $4,000. So in the event that you decided to walk away from the deal for whatever reason, utilizing any of your contingencies, there are various contingencies. I've done a training on that. Learn how to protect your buyer, seven contingencies to protect your buyer. Again, as a loyal supporter, you have access to that webinar, or you can sign up for $15 and rent the replay. And so you learn how to get out of a contract if you're a buyer or a buyer's agent. Good for sellers too, if you're a homeowner. Good for you to understand ways that a buyer can actually cancel out of their contract and take their deposit and keep their deposit. You would not, if they use it within their contingency periods or within any of their contingencies, you do not have grounds to keep their deposit. I'm speaking to the homeowner or seller in the contract. You would not have grounds to keep a buyer's deposit. And so that's a big thing. I know most people have heard some nightmare stories about people losing their deposits, all kinds of situations, but they're all case by case. Work with a professional, really understand your situation, get clear on how your contract is written. Most of you are signing contracts that you don't understand. You're signing contracts that you're not reading. You are signing contracts that are zip to you and DocuSign to you. These are 16-page contracts that are being emailed to you. And if you've never done this, do not sign it. Do not, I don't, listen, however comfortable you are with, your phone and your computer with tick, 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 sign, I highly recommend that you sit down with a real estate professional the first time and comb through the entire contract so that you are clear as to what you're signing. That is what I do with my clients. I always go through the contract from front to back, or front to, all the pages. And I don't gloss over the mediation arbitration section, which I know most people do, but I do full disclaimers, full disclosures. That is my job as your real estate professional who's representing you. I comb through it. I have you think about it. You can sleep on it. Then we revisit signing the contract. Okay. And then at that point, you then would probably, me and most of my clients feel comfortable docu-signing, e-signing, and doing all these other electronic signatures for the contracts. Again, if you are emailed a contract for the first time and you've never purchased property, do not sign it. Ask the real estate professional to sit down and meet with you to review the contract. Why? Because it's like doing your taxes. You are still responsible for what is on that contract. You are still responsible for what you are claiming on your tax, regardless of you hiring a tax professional. You are signing it. You're saying a tax preparer helped you do it, but you are attesting to the information that has been presented on that contract. Okay? That's all I have to say about that. I had a Forrest Gump moment. Now, that's all I got to say about that. That was a mouthful and a good one. I feel like we definitely had to slow it down a little bit. I'm so animated, you guys, because I went to the beach today. If you're seeing me on the live, you definitely could see that I got a little color. I'm loving it. I'm loving it too. Summer 2019. All right. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate your continued support. Make sure you are subscribing on radio podcasts everywhere. Connect with me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Wherever you're rocking, that's where I will be, and happy to connect with you. Again, this is Ready, Set, Real Estate, where we discuss the flips, flops, booms, and busts of real estate. The raw and uncut version with special guest millennial features. And we will kick off season 5 with more powerful information and people. All right, that's my time. I will see you guys next week. Hey, as we conclude season 4. All right. Have a good one, you guys. Bye.